So I guess we can start with the demo session today. More people will join as the demo will go on. So first of all, hello everyone. My name is Vikas, and I work in the capacity of a senior manager here at IIM Skills. I thank each and every one of you for taking out some time from your busy schedule to attend this session, especially on a busy Thursday. I will be your host for this particular session, along with my coordinator, Mrs. Vanthana, an experienced data scientist who is also one of the faculty members here at IIM Skills. Now, before we begin, I would like to tell you all how this session will go on. Mrs. Vanthana will be giving you all the information about this field, the domain, the opportunities, the scope, and the career growth that this field offers you. At the end of the session, we will have a Q&A round where you guys will be given a chance to speak and you can ask all the questions that you want. I hope this session becomes a great learning experience for everybody. So, without further ado, let's begin today's session. Over to you, Vandana ma'am.
Yeah, hi, everybody. Good afternoon. So my name is Vandana. I'm working as a faculty IM skills for your data analytics program. So this session is going to be a general introduction for your data analytics, like why this particular term is much hyped in recent years and what are the opportunity that we will be getting from this course and also from IAM. So a little bit introduction. Okay, so let's move on. So as you all know, like recent years, like data analytics is getting into much hype, uh, like a much hyped word or like a hyped, what to say, like it's a good opportunity for every individuals, like who pass freshers or experienced persons. So why it is because like the growth of data, right? It's more than the growth of data analytics. Why I would what we are trying to say is like the growth of data is very high in terms of like everybody is getting the access for the data. For example, like we are all having an account in Google, Facebook, or we are using the internet a lot. So because of that, right, the data is getting accumulated over a period of time, and that data somebody has to analyze, and those people are called data analysts. And we have a good shortage for the data analyst who can analyze those stored data, right? That is why there is always a shortage of data analyst. uh, we will be moving on. We will be going to more intro about that data analyst. And as you see, like any given point of time, if you type a data analyst on and see, like you will be getting like 43,000 results on 20,000 results. This is all because like the company is having a data, but somebody has to go and perform an analysis to the particular data. So that person is having a real shortage. So that is why if you see any given point of time, you'll have lots and lots of jobs that are circulated in LinkedIn or naukri.com or any job websites. So basic salary, it's for the freshers, it starts from 5 to 6 lakhs. The screenshot is from Indeed and Glassdoor. So what is data? So data is nothing but like it's a facts, numbers, information, graphs, like observation, measurement, everything. For example, if you're going into a store and somebody is giving a paper to fill your survey, what is your name, what is your age, and what is the preference of the product that you're buying, like why are you buying this product, or all that. That is all a data. Okay, so data we have two types. One is qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative is nothing but the survey that I just said, like your name, your favorite color, and why are you buying this product, and like that. So these are the qualitative data. Basically, it's a text format. And quantitative data is your number formats. Like for example, sales, revenue data, or the population data and the income of the population. These are all coming under quantitative data. So why data analytics? So if you see the recent years, right, all these companies have grown enormously based on this data analytics. That they have given a heavy weightage to particular data analytics team. So based on that information, they could able to generate more revenue. So What is data analytics? So as I already told you, that data has been stored somewhere. Like if you open a Google account or if you open a Facebook account, obviously that data is going to be stored in some form, some way. It's either it is in Excel or it is in the cloud or wherever the data is stored. Okay, so what is the data, right? So is the data is useful when it is stored? No, obviously the data on its own is useless until unless somebody like a data analyst go and do some like a discovery, like they need to do something out of that and get the meaningful information. Only then the data is useful. Otherwise, just taking the information from a survey or taking the sales data information and if you just keep on saving your data for a company, is it going to be useful? Absolutely no, it's not going to be useful until unless a person who knows very well about the data examines those data and get a meaningful pattern out of that. So that is, this slide is very important, like why a data analytics, right? So data analytics, obviously it's not a tool or technology. Yes, it is the way we analyze, we are using a tool or a technology, but as an analytics, right, it's not particularly about a tool or technology. It's about how we think. Like it's not, we don't have any book to follow. Like for example, if the data is given to you and then your manager is telling, okay, analyze this data and like, give me some information. So there is no particular steps or a book of what to say, there is no such the steps to follow. Everything you have to act on the data, like how you see the data. Your friend will see the data in a different way, so he will produce a different ideas, and he will produce a different patterns, that you will produce a different patterns. So data analytics on whole is like, it's not only about tool or technology, it's about how we think and act on the data. So the primary focus area of data analytics, like as you know, like basically it's going to be like increase your revenue, understand your customers, and you have to invent new business model based on, this is a primary focus area of analytics. Like wherever company that you go, like banking or educational sector or any companies, right? So it's going to be like major, it's going to be understanding your customers behavior so that they can increase their revenue, and understand the product usage, so that they can if the product is not running well, and they can take out the product and give the new products. So something like that, they can decide based on the analytics, and increase their operational efficiency by means of like cutting down the cost, or giving a proper funds to proper teams. So these are all the primary focus of any company that is made by use of analytics. Okay, so for example, like these are some example, like there are more beyond the listed ones. For example, business analytics, risk, fraud, health, web, and educational sectors. There are many industries that they use data analytics to grow their company. So today's environment, right? Today's environment, the business is like becomes very complex. So if you see like past 20 years back, you see a banking sector, like there will be like one bank in one city, or in a like 4 5 banks only in the main place or something like that. But now if you see, like wherever you go, you find a bank. So the environment itself became very complex, and they're expected to diligently responsive to the increasing demand of customers and various stakeholders and even regulators. So the business itself became very complex due to the lot of competition, and people like opening lot of account. Everybody is having access to everything nowadays. So that is why the demand is also increasing. So on whole, the business itself is becoming very complex. So that is why this analytics like plays a major role. For example, if you see, 83% of global CIOs surveyed by IIM in 2010 singled out business intelligence and analytics as one of their visionary plans. So this has been started like 2010, where it was a visionary plans for many CIOs on those days. But now it has become very important for any organization to implement the business analytics or analytics. So the growth is obviously it's going to be the same for any given company, revenue or profit growth or optimize their expense, all that. So the process involves like this. This is a statistical analysis, but it is one part of your data analyst or analyze anything. So it is one part, but it starts like this. Like for example, you have to form a hypothesis. Let's say like I'm going to do a customer analytics. Okay, in the customer analytics, like I want to prove whether this age group of customer is buying this product. So this is called hypothesis. I want to prove this information whether it is right or not. Okay, so I need to identify the data source. So as I said, right, I'm going to analyze the age of a particular customer. So what I want, like I want a supporting data. The data would involve like age group of all the customers or the population that is around the store or a population in the country or whatever that identify the data source is nothing but the data that is related to my hypothesis. And we have to do some kind of hypothesis, some kind of statistic analysis or data tools techniques that you have to follow and prove that hypothesis whether it is right or wrong. Okay, this is a flow of analytics. So if you see a life cycle, as I said, right, you have an objective. Object is nothing but a hypothesis. For example, like as I told, if you're going to analyze a particular age customer is coming into our store and buying this product especially. So understanding this data, you need a particular sense of having what to say data knowledge is very important. For example, for this project, if you have a data from your voter list or if you have a data of revenue or sales, which are the data that is going to support your objective, that is in your hand. Like you have to understand the data and data cleaning and data transformation. So as I said in the like first slide, I told you like guys, right, there will be a survey and you have to fill the survey, right? So that survey is going to be in a text format. So that format is not really very well supportive for the many tools and technologies. So we have to convert that kind of data into a readable format or analyzable format. So that, and also that data will not be very clean. You have to make it into particular format so that you can combine all the data, everything that comes under data cleaning and data transformation. So here, right, from here, your tools will start. So data cleaning, you can use Excel, you can use Power BI, Power Query Editor, or from here onwards, you will have to use your particular tools and technologies and data enhancement. So this is an important term. As I said, right, I am analyzing a customer. Okay, so if the customer data, I have a customer data. What if like I downloaded a population data from my government website and supports like it's I'm adding a different dimension to my current project and I'm attaching the demographic details into my current project and trying to create a new type of information. So these are all data enhancement. So giving an another dimension to your current projects. And the last two will be your data analytics and visualization. So this is nothing but like your final part where you have to tell them, yes, this is the answer. I got this answer from my data analytics and visualization. So this is the analysis of data. Hi, hi guys. Sorry, just got disconnected. Just joining again. So we'll see the type of analytics. So for example, in your Netflix, for I like a thriller or psychological movie. So I keep watching 2, 3 times. And obviously by like third or fourth time, you don't need to even type or search anything. It is going to recommend you the same type of movies again and again. That is like a descriptive analysis. It is like taking the insight from my past data. It's not like the data is already been stored. Like my information is already been stored in the Netflix. So they are going to take the information from my past. So that is your descriptive analytics. And predictive analytics is like understanding the future. If you go to trends or any well-known stores, then they are going to give you a coupon. Like for example, if you purchase above 3,000, and you will be given like coupon of 500 or something. How they are coming to that conclusion? That is like, they are doing the predictive analysis. Like they are understanding the future. Maybe they could have taken all the information, and maybe they found out that okay, the people who are buying about 3,000, they are coming back to our store. So they are putting that information into your future. So that is your predictive analytics. And prescriptive analytics is like one fine example for your airline. The airline price is changing every hour, right? So that is a prescriptive analytics. Maybe they have created an algorithm. They could have stored all the, like for example, 500 passenger, this is the price. If it's like 200, then this should be the price. If it is goes like 1,500, then that should be the price. So these are some logics they will apply, and they will like, possible, based on the possible outcomes, they will do the analytics. So these are the some type of examples like how the companies are using it. So it depends upon like each and every company, they act on a different way. So big data analytics, okay, this is a little bit away from your data analytics, like whatever the program that you're selecting, but it's very good that you learn, like what is big data, right? So as I said, like you have your data that is being stored in a cloud or it's been stored somewhere, but there are some data which cannot be stored in your regular like a database. For example, SQL, right? We can store as many as data that you want in your SQL, but this big data is so high that you cannot store in a traditional data analytics tool. They need to have a particular different like data lakes for as an example. So this is an enormous data, like it keeps flowing like within a seconds, like it will keep on flowing. For example, TikTok or Facebook or Google, these are all big data analytics. So they use the different technologies and tools, but the base starts from your data analytics. Like if you know the tools, technologies very well, so this is the starting point. So you can, progress your career towards your big data analytics or your data scientist or, artificial intelligence. So everything, the starting point is your data analytics. So these are the tools like you can see SQL, Power BI. Some companies, this Apache Spark is one big data tool, and Click, Tableau, SAS, these are very well known tools. But for our IIM skill course, we are covering Power BI, Tableau, SQL, and we have Alteryx also. So these are the main tools, like basically Power BI, Tableau, SQL, they are main, and few companies, they are using Click. So it depends. But if you know one or two tools, like you can, within 1 or 2 weeks, you can access any tools that they give. So that is not an issue. So some case study. So it's like how Facebook are like tagging the photos. If you upload your kid's photo or your husband photo, it is automatically tagging, right? So that is like based on the deep text. So that's everything has been stored, and using the powerful neural network, they classify the photos. And Amazon again using predictive analytics. So these are some case studies that we see, regular basis. Like Uber is having a extensive use of big data. The big data is basically mainly because of your maps, because of your driver database, driver customers, and all that. and Airbnb. So these are some of the examples, like case studies, like how these companies are growing in recent past years, like they have become a giant, right? So this is all, these companies are all using data analytics or data scientists, or that is the main division for these kind of organization. So data analytics with Python. And again, this is one programming language. It's many data scientists and data analysts will be using. That is because of the open source libraries that are available in Python. Libraries are nothing but it's just a method. For example, you want to like manipulate some kind of data. For example, the data is not good. So you want to delete some columns, input some values, turn the header into upside down or whatever. So these are called methods, and these methods are uh, these methods are readily available in your Python. Like you don't need to go and purchase anywhere. These are open source libraries. Like you can, within a few line of code, you can affect the data, and it is easy to learn. So in our course, you will be learning like NumPy, Pandas, scikit-learn, little bit about this. This is all machine learning. So scikit-learn is like machine learning. NumPy, Pandas, these are all like for your databases. This is all like a table, like affecting your table. And this is for Matplotlib is for getting a beautiful graphs, where few graphs are very complicated that you cannot get it in your normal Power BI or your Excel. So for that reason, some plotting libraries are available in Python. So these are like basically, it's not going to be your extensive coding that you have to code for like 100 lines. Absolutely no. You just have to take the data, load it into your Power BI, and just like 4 or 5 lines, you will get the expected results. So about IAM skills now. So it is rank 1 in customer care and among top 10 best coaching companies in India. And we have best and qualified faculty. You have got placement support, and the syllabus is like we are covering all the important topics, and it's a government registered company. So it we have 4.5 rating, and everything includes like a practical learning. So in a class also, like students, there are few batches running. So I'll be doing an exercise, and they will also simultaneously do along with me. If they have any doubts, they will clarify then and there. And we will also give some assignments. So after every week sessions, so we will give them assignments. So they will practice everything like what we taught those particular hours, right? So this is all we follow and make them interactive. It's not going to be like what I say and they follow. It's going to be very interactive. So, and also you have 24/7 support, and mentorship program is available. Also you this career assistance, resume building, mock interviews, and you have an exclusive access to IIM skill job portal, and we have 350 plus hiring partners. And our trainers, one is me for this particular program. I worked as a data scientist, and I started my career as an investment banker in Chennai. And later I moved to South America, Brazil. Over there, I was working for PwC and few other Brazilian companies. I started over there. I started as a data analyst initially, and then I started doing Python programming and doing machine learning, everything taught on my own. And last few years, like I was working as a data scientist, not working anymore, but doing trainings and all that. And we have a lead trainer, Gaurav Sethi. So he is a lead project manager. He works for Air India currently, and he has got 17 plus years of experience. So you can see, like based on his experience, you can very well learn about the projects, different type of projects, different type of datas. So it's a good learning from him. And our students got placed in different companies, and they have successfully transferred their career. And we this batch is an old batch, and about the batches and all that, we have a coordinator here, Vikas. So if you have any doubt regarding this, the introduction, like how the programming is used and how the tools and techniques, all that you can ask me. Or if you have any doubt related to the courses, that you can ask to Vikas. Any question, guys?
Yes, guys, feel free to ask your questions. Feel free to unmute yourself. And if you have any doubt, any question in your mind, please ask it.
Any doubt, guys, like how we are going to, start the program, like related to that, like what will be your first, like we are going to start like our first batch will be like Excel, advanced Excel and VBA. So currently we are having a batch on that. So you guys have any doubt related to the course?
Uh,
Rahat, you're not audible. There is a lot of network issues.
Yeah, voice is breaking.
at this time, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, I have a query regarding classes, just like जैसे कि अगर हम क्लासेस करते हैं तो हम क्लासेस कर रहे हैं और हमें सॉफ्टवेयर में जैसे कि आपने हमें डेटा एनालिसिस के
Rahat,
रिगार्डिंग चीजें
Rahat,
बताई
there is a
और
lot
हमें
of
वो
there is a
क्लियर
lot of
Yeah,
network
चाहिए तो
issues.
उसको
network issues
रिजॉल्व
that.
कैसे किया जाएगा, क्वेरीज
Rahat, there is a
कैसे
lot of network
रिजॉल्व
issue.
की जाएंगी.
If you have like any doubt, you can simply type also because you can.
Yes, Rahat, you can type your question and we will answer that.
Yeah, so
Anybody else has any questions? Bhumi, you
Sham
joined late.
has typed a question, so I'll read out the question. Is this data analytic course with job guarantee or job assistance? So because Sham, the question from
Uh,
Sham.
Sh- Sham is having the question whether the placement support, the services that we provided, it is a
Yes,
guaranteed program or not. Okay,
yes,
so Sham, tell me one thing. Once you are going to the interview, who is going to guarantee you a job? You or the institute? Like you are the one who is presenting yourself in front of the recruiters. So at the end of the day, you are the one who is going to guarantee you a job because you will be nailing the final pin in the coffin, right? What we tend to do is we provide a platform that will essentially help you to build your portfolio in such a good manner that it looks appealing to the recruiters. And definitely, IIM Skills is one of the best coaching companies in India when it comes to data analytics courses, as it is one of the leading giants in the industry right now. And our courses are well recognized by employers. So we do provide 100% placement support and interview guarantee after the course completion. But clearing that interview, that will be your job. We have a very strong network of more than 350 companies across India for your placements, and that too at your preferred location. So, from the point of building your resume to the point of your mock interview preparation, we are going to be at your side. And there will be multiple interview opportunities that will be given to you after the course completion, and that too for lifetime. Even if you have done the course, even if you got placed from IIM skills in any company, then after gaining some experience, you want to switch and you want to take our placement services again. Then you're most welcome to uh, hit us with an email at any time, and definitely we are going to help you with that. I hope that answers the question.
So
Rai is asking what all the tools that we will be learning in this program and how many live projects will be there. So, Rai, there will be around 7 to 8 live projects with each and every module that will be covered in this course. And the tools that are being covered are Python, SQL, R programming, Power BI, Tableau, Advanced Excel with VBA, and Alteryx. The most in-demand tools and the skills as per the current industry standards. We are covering that at IIM Skills.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello,
Uh,
Bhumi.
yeah, sir. Actually, I have some doubt. I've just joined late. So is there any kind of labs in this module? Like I know about for AWS and something. So is there any labs or something in this digital analysis course?
I think Vanthana ma'am will answer that question for you.
So the labs, in the sense, like, I think you're asking for the practical
Uh,
projects,
Yes.
right? Yeah, for every weekend, right, after finishing your course, then we will be sending you a data or some assignments in the form of assignments where you can practice with that based on what we thought, like, to the 6 hours, right? So Saturday 3 hours or Sunday 3 hours. So at the end of the Sunday class, we will be giving you like a small exercise that you can practice. When it comes to like Power BI or SQL, right, they will be giving you the assignments that are related to your particular tool that you can practice in that tool only. So it's
Okay.
yeah, because for Excel, right, we cannot have a different lab. So we'll give an assignment that is related to your macros or Excel. So it's anything or everything that is related to your practice for the particular tool.
Okay, so, ma'am. So how like minimum configuration laptop we required? Like I have, but it's like 8 GB RAM and 1 TB hard drive. Is it enough for the startup?
I think, yeah, I think so that is not an issue. Maybe you may experience little slowness, but you can pretty well do everything like a VBA, macro, and Power BI also. It's a free tool that you can download. But if you put more and more data, then it might get, but I don't think that you will have any problem with your current version or current desktop or laptop.
Oh, okay, ma'am. And when it will be like next batch will start from starting? Is it in October, right?
The Vikas will clarify on that.
Okay,
Bhumi, the batch is starting from 22nd of October.
okay, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, sir. That's all from my side. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome, Bhumi. Any questions from Chandani, Gargi, Manas, Nandini, Ramya, Rinkel, Shefali? Guys, feel free to ask your questions because then only you will be able to decide better whether to enroll for IIM skills courses or not. So, if you have any concerns in your mind, any doubts in your mind, please feel free to ask them.
Hi, Manas. Okay. Yeah, it's not a hi Vikas. This
Yes,
is a
yes, I'm here.
virtual training. It's like a live training. So it's a question from Sham. Is this a classroom training or virtual
Sorry,
training?
who is this? Who
Sham.
is asking this question?
Sham.
Sham, these are online classes, and the classes will be conducted live every weekend. So Ramya is asking me, will we be covering Python in this course or not? Definitely, Ramya. Python is the main programming language that is used in data analytics. So of course, we are going to cover that, and there will be multiple libraries of Python that will be covered in this course throughout the duration of this whole program.
Sham asking only weekend classes.
Yes, Shyam, the classes will happen only on weekends, as you know that most of the people that are enrolling for the program, they are either working professionals or many of them are students. So not everybody has the time to take classes during weekdays. And let's be honest, if you're taking classes every day, then you will not be getting that enough time to practice whatever you're learning online. That is the reason why we have said that this course is going to be a very practical driven course, as during weekdays, we are going to provide you with multiple case studies and assignments related to the modules that you'll be learning. And there will be more than 7 to 8 live projects provided to you throughout the course, and more projects provided to you during your internship program. So the course was going to be very practical driven. The classes happening on weekends, they are just to provide you with a guidance and to make you understand the basic concepts of each and every tool that you will be using in this data analytics field. So the rest of the time you will be taking to practice each and everything.
Uh, Hello, sir. Actually, I have one more doubt that what is the basic like requirement to start this course? Like any basic knowledge we have to like for the starting this data analytics, like any language or something.
Yeah, Bhumi, no need of like any prior knowledge. Like we will be starting from your Excel and VBA, right? So you will be catching from that. From that point of time onwards, like you will be like traveling with the throughout the course without any basic knowledge. It's okay because anything or everything we will be starting from initial stages, like from downloading the particular tool to how to start and install. Everything will be done in the class, right? So it's like you just can start without any prior knowledge.
Yes,
Okay,
Bhumi,
okay.
exactly. Right. And you're looking at the prime example of somebody from a non-IT background transitioning their career into the data analytics field in the form of Mrs. Vandana, our instructor. She was working as an investment banker prior to working as a data scientist. You joined late, so you missed her introduction, but she is someone who has successfully transitioned her career from a finance domain to data analytics domain, and she has gone on to become a data scientist and having an extensive amount of work history in the form of as a data scientist.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
Bhumi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the level of coding, right? The coding that is related to your data analytics. Like it's the coding is the when you take for Python as an example, the coding will be like it's like a sea, like it's an ocean. So whatever the coding that is related to your data analytics, that we will cover. For example, the Python is used for your the tool for example, develop an app for your phone, or we have a we can develop some app for your computer. There are so many things in Python, right? So so many divisions, so we cannot cover everything. Like whatever that is related to your data analytics, that for example, like how to analyze your table, how to delete this, how to add a new table, how to change the structure, and how to plot it, all that is related to your data analytics, that we will fully cover. Like, and the coding when it comes to Python, right? So you will be coding whatever that is related to data analytics. Like it's not going to be a practical class. So I think you have like 26 hours or what, some hours that is given for the weightage for Python. All those hours you will be coding, and you will be doing assignments those related to those codings. And you don't need any prior knowledge for coding when it comes to Python, right? It's going to be the codes are very much in a simple English language. For example, x dot delete, x dot add. So these are like, it's not a different language, right? You can understand the coding. So that is why many people, right? For example, like if you can take me, I started coding with Python, but I don't know anything about Java or uh, R or any like different language like Java. These are very difficult to learn. But when it comes to data analytics and data scientists, like R and Python are major coding language where it is easy to understand and it is easy to execute. So that is why like people are learning Python. Who are eligible for this course? Because like you can answer this.
Rinka,
Anybody?
anybody who is a graduate is eligible to join this course. So it does not come to a specific academic background that you need to be from an engineering background, you need to be an engineering graduate in order to do this course. No, it does not come to that. A lot of people have this misconception, but not really. As I've already told multiple times in this session, that a lot of non-IT people have already transitioned their careers. So yeah, there is no specific eligibility. As long as you're a graduate in any field, then you're eligible to do this course.
In fact, like I would like to add a little more to this weightage of this. Like if you are an engineering graduate or anything that is related to engineering, it's well and good, but that is not really necessary because the data and analytics or data scientist is totally different from your at least analytics, data analytics is totally different from your engineering background. So people who are from finance background or from a person who is doing like an these people are really doing successful rounds in data analytics because they understood the core concept of a company, right? So these people do really well than engineering person, but depends on the depends on people. But the course will be taken
The course will be
online.
taken online, Gargi. It will be an online training program and with the live and interactive classes. Anybody has any more question, guys? Please let us know.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Rahat, you're audible.
सर नेटवर्क इशू की वजह से वो दिक्कत प्रॉब्लम हो गई थी। सर मैं मुझे एक क्वेरी करनी थी कि जैसे कि अगर जस्ट लाइक अभी हमारा हम जब ऑनलाइन क्लासेस कर रहे हैं, अभी जो हमारा डेमो चल रहा है, तो इसमें हमें प्रॉब्लम हो रही है कि नेटवर्क इशू हो रहा है। तो मान लेते हैं कि हम क्लासेस कर रहे हैं, ऑनलाइन ही क्लासेस चलेंगी, तो उसमें अगर हमें प्रॉब्लम होती है तो फिर क्योंकि सारा लाइव होगा, क्योंकि अगर कुछ भी हमें सिखाया जा रहा है तो लाइव चल रहा होगा, तो वो हम सीख तो क्योंकि वहां पे इंटरप्शन हो रहा होगा तो हम उसको कैप्चर नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो उसको हम रिकवर कैसे करेंगे?
I will answer this question for you, but before that, I would like to translate for people who are non-Hindi speaking audience here. So basically, she has asked whether if there is a network issue during the live classes, and and if anybody is unable to to see the rest of the live class, so how do we get a backup for that? So, Rahat, it is a very simple thing that if we are conducting live classes, then obviously we are going to provide you with a backup of those classes as well in case you're missing those live classes. So we record every live class on real time basis and we upload it on your learning portal as soon as possible, right? So that you can get backup of the class immediately and you can catch up with the rest of your batchmates. All right. So this particular
ओके मैम।
learning
ओके
portal that
सर।
I'm talking about, it is provided to you till lifetime. Right? You will have the access of these classes
ओके सर।
and the access of this course for lifetime. Okay.
एंड सर व्हाट इज अबाउट द सॉफ्टवेयर, जिन
The
सॉफ्टवेयर से हमें
software.
वर्क करना है तो वो हमें कैसे? यस सर।
No, please complete your question.
सर जैसे कि जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर हमें सिखाए जाएंगे, जिन पे हमें वर्किंग सिखाई जाएगी, तो उनको हम कैसे इंस्टॉल करेंगे? उनको मतलब वो पेड है या फिर अनपेड है? उनका क्या सिस्टम रहेगा?
Every
Or
tool will be
everything.
paid.
Yeah.
Every tool will be, sorry, free. It will be free of cost. Okay, you do not need to buy any license for any particular tool, and your instructors will guide you how to install each and every software. Vanthana ma'am would like to ask, would like to add something on that
No, no,
answer.
it's the
Please, Vanthana ma'am.
same only. Like I was about to tell the same. Like it's all available
Mhm.
in your open source. So you can like download in the class only and you can follow those instructions. And for the recorded sessions, right, the one more small thing, like when you're doing your assignments, right, if you have, you might get into doubt or something, right? So always you will have a recorded session because when you're doing coding, you might have to go back and review. So those, that is why like we are giving the recorded session so you can see and understand and do it better for the coding. Like just attending the class, it's kind of difficult. So you always need to have a backup to in order to go back and see what is the concept and all that. So this is it.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
You're welcome. So I haven't heard anything from Chandini or Nandini or anything from Shefali. If you have any question, guys, please feel free to ask us. Clear out all your doubts today. Sure, Bhumi, you can leave. Okay, if anybody does not have any more questions, I think that it is a good note to end this session today. If you still have any question, guys, you can ask us. But I have an announcement to make, so please be here for the announcement. So, okay, I think nobody has any further questions. I will not take much of your time here. So, I hope everybody enjoyed today's session, and I hope it was a great learning experience for you all. There is something that I would like to mention. Since everybody has taken out their precious time to attend, hello, anybody that has a mic on, please turn it off. Yeah, so since everybody has taken out their time to attend this session today, I'm going to provide all the demo session participants with a coupon code that will allow them to get the course at a discounted price. So this coupon code, it is DATA30, DATA30, which will provide you with a 30% concession on your total course price, but it is only valid till today. So in case you would like to enroll for the course for the upcoming batch that is going to start from 22nd of October, you can use this code. I have already mentioned it in the chat box. And I have already mentioned the link of the product page in the chat box itself. So you can visit our product page and use the coupon code at the checkout page. And you can avail a flat 30% discount. You can save yourself some money and start the course from our upcoming batch. So that is all from my side. If anybody still has any questions, they can ask, or we will just end the session in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, Vikas, could you please let them know the internship also? Like we forgot to.
Yeah,
We have
sure. The internship part. Yes, guys, we have an internship part as well in this particular program. So the course is structured as a 6 months course duration and 2 months of internship. So this internship is essentially provided to you to give you a kickstart in your data analytics journey. So this internship, it can be in various fields, finance, education, infrastructure. So it can be an in-house internship with IIM Skills itself, or it can be with one of our partnered firms. So during this internship, you will be provided with multiple projects from various industries, and you will be able to work on them. You will be able to get a clear idea about how and why data analytics is implemented in this industry. So whatever things you have learned so far, you will be having an experience, hands-on experience, basically regarding all the tools. So this internship is provided to you, give more of a practical exposure. So how many of you are willing to start your course from 22nd of October? You can type it in the chat box. Nandini, the internship will be work from home. It is going to be an online internship and with flexible hours so that it does not clashes with your prior work commitments. So welcome, Nandini. Okay, guys, if there are no further questions, I think, Mantra ma'am, that this is a good note to end the session today.
Okay.
So thank you everyone for taking
Thank you.
out some time from your busy schedule, and we look forward to enrolling each and every one of you in our upcoming batches. Have a good day, guys. Take care.
Thank you, guys.